Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City is a 2021 action horror film written and directed by Johannes Roberts. Adapted from the stories of the first and second games by Capcom, it serves as a reboot of the Resident Evil film series and is the seventh live-action film based on the video game series. The film stars Kaya Scodelario, Hannah John Kamen, Robbie Amell, Tom Hopper, Avan Jogia, Donal Logue, and Neil McDonough. Set in 1998, it follows a group of survivors trying to survive during a zombie outbreak in the small town of Raccoon City. Development took place in early 2017, after Resident Evil: The Final Chapter was released, with producer James Wan expressing interest in the project. Later, Constantin Film chairman Martin Moskowies said that a reboot of the film series was in development. In the same month, Wan was called to produce the reboot with a script by Greg Russo. Subsequently, Roberts was hired as both writer and director, and both Wan and Russo left the project. Filming began on October 17, 2020, in Greater Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. The film underwent reshoots in May 2021. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City had its world premiere at the Grand Rex in Paris on November 19, 2021, and was theatrically released on November 24, 2021, in the United States by Sony Pictures Releasing. The film received mixed reviews from critics, with its faithfulness to the first two games being praised, but was criticized for its script, casting and special effects. It became a modest box office success, grossing over $42 million worldwide against a $25 million budget. Plot: in the 1980s, Claire Redfield and her older brother Chris are children living at the Raccoon City orphanage. Claire befriends Lisa Trevor, a disfigured girl who has been experimented on by Dr. William Birkin, an employee for the Umbrella Corporation, who oversees the orphanage and takes children for his own experimental research. Claire escapes from Birkin when she is selected to participate in an experiment. In 1998, Claire returns to Raccoon City, hitchhiking in a semi-truck. The truck driver accidentally hits a woman in the middle of the road. While Claire and the driver are arguing, the woman disappears. The truck driver's Doberman licks the blood left behind, and over time begins to foam at the mouth and becomes erratic. At a diner, rookie police officer Leon S. Kennedy notices that the diner's owner has blood coming out of her eyes. Claire heads to Chris's home to warn him about Umbrella's experiments, revealing journalist Ben Bertolucci as her source. After Chris leaves for the police station, a child breaks into the house, running from his mother, who attacks Claire. Both are erratic and bloody. Claire escapes from them on Chris's motorcycle. At the police station, the Star's Alpha team meet with Chief Brian Irons, and he explains that Bravo team went missing while investigating a death at the remote Spencer mansion. The Alpha team, composed of Chris, Jill Valentine, Richard Aiken, Brad Vickers, and Albert Weskier, is sent to the mansion by helicopter to investigate. Unknown to his teammates, Weskier is an operative for an unidentified party, tasked with stealing Birkin's virus, using inside knowledge to navigate the mansion. Inside, Chris and Richard encounter zombies eating the bodies of the Bravo team while Brad gets bitten by a zombie and crashes their helicopter into the mansion trying to fly away. Weskier saves Jill from a zombie before leaving her. Richard is eaten while Chris battles the horde, reuniting with Jill. The pair flee into the secret passage Weskier unlocked. Meanwhile, the truck driver, bitten by his dog, transforms into a zombie and crashes his truck into the police station. Chief Irons tries to drive out of the city but is fired on by Umbrella guards attempting to contain the outbreak. Returning to the station, Irons is attacked by the truck driver's zombie dog, but Claire rescues him. Claire and Leon retrieve weapons and encounter Bertolucci locked in a cell, who is then bitten by a zombie inmate. The station becomes overrun by zombies, and Leon, Claire, and Irons escape to the orphanage, looking for a secret umbrella tunnel leading to the mansion. A licker kills Irons and attacks Leon, but he is saved by Lisa, who recognizes Claire and gives them the keys to the secret passage. The pair discover the secret lab where Umbrella was experimenting on children like the Ashford twins. Weskier encounters Dr. Birkin and his family deep inside the building. In the ensuing scuffle, Weskier is shot by Birkin, shoots him back, and then kills Birkin's wife in self-defense. When Weskier hesitates to pull the trigger on their child Sherry, Jill shoots Weskier. Before dying, Weskier tells Jill to escape via the underground train before the Umbrella Corporation destroys the city, while Birkin injects himself with the G-virus. Birkin begins to mutate and attacks Chris, before being shot down by Claire, who has arrived at the lab with Leon. Chris, Sherry, Jill, Claire, and Leon escape and board the train, but are derailed when Raccoon City and the Spencer Mansion are destroyed, allowing a mutated monster version of Birkin to reach them. It attacks the train and grabs Claire, but she stabs its face with her knife and gets released. Chris shoots the monster but runs out of bullets. Leon then destroys it with a rocket launcher. As the corporation states that there were 0 civilian survivors in the aftermath of the destruction, the 5 survivors walk out of the train tunnel, leaving Raccoon City behind. In a mid-credits scene, Weskier awakens in a body bag, unable to see anything. A mysterious figure hands him sunglasses and introduces herself as Ada Wong. Cast: Kaya Scodelario as Claire Redfield, Chris's estranged younger sister who is investigating the Umbrella Corporation. Lily Gale Reed as young Claire Redfield. Hannah John Kamen as Jill Valentine, a member of the Stars Alpha team and Chris's partner. Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield, Claire's estranged older brother and a member of the Stars Alpha team who is dispatched to investigate the Spencer Mansion. Daxton Gray Gujral as young Chris Redfield. Tom Hopper as Albert Weskier, a member of the Stars Alpha team who is working as a double agent for a rival company. Avan Jogia as Leon S. Kennedy, a Raccoon City Police Department rookie who teams up with Claire and Irons to escape the city. Donald Logue as Brian Irons, the RPD's chief of police. Neil McDonough as William Birkin, one of the leaders of Umbrella's experiments. Additionally, Lily Gao cameos as Ada Wong, a mysterious spy, during a mid-credits scene. Marina Mazepa portrays Lisa Trevor, one of Umbrella's experiments. Janet Porter plays Annette Birkin, William's wife, and Holly DeBarros portrays Sherry Birkin, their daughter. Chad Rook portrays Richard Aiken, and Nathan Dales plays Brad Vickers, 2 members of the Stars Alpha team, while Sammy Azro appears as Enrico Marini, and Dylan Taylor as Kevin Dooley, 2 members of the Stars Bravo team. Josh Cruddas portrays Ben Bertolucci, a conspiracy theorist investigating the Umbrella Corporation, and Pat Thornton plays the trucker who helps Claire. Heloise Catherine and Sophia Ann Pede Gavin appear as Alexia and Alfred Ashford, respectively. Production. Writing: Greg Russo's version. Johannes Roberts' version. Casting. In early 2020, casting was underway but was delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic. In a February 2020 interview with Starburst magazine, Roberts confirmed that casting details were set to be announced in March. In April 2020, Full Circle Cinema reported that the studio was eyeing Brenton Thwaites, Kaya Scodelario, and Harris Dickinson for the roles of the Redfield siblings Chris and Claire and Leon S. Kennedy. On October 6, 2020, Deadline Hollywood reported that Scodelario and Hannah John Kamen had been cast as Claire and Jill Valentine, alongside Robbie Amell, Tom Hopper, Avan Jogia, and Neil McDonough as Chris Redfield, Albert Weskier, Leon S. Kennedy, and William Birkin, respectively. The reboot was described as serving as an origin story set in 1998. That November, Donal Logue was cast as Chief Brian Irons, alongside Chad Rook as Richard Aiken, and Lily Gao as Ada Wong. In Japan, Capcom later confirmed the characters will be dubbed by voice actors different from the Anderson films. For example, Chris and Claire are voiced by Subaru Kimura and Fairuz Ai instead of Hirakichi and Iko Kaida. Filming. Principal photography began in Greater Sudbury, Ontario, Canada on October 17, 2020, with Maxime Alexander serving as cinematographer. Filming was completed on December 24, 2020. In March 2021, Roberts revealed the full title as Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. In May 2021, Amell revealed that the film was undergoing reshoots in Toronto and Hamilton. While it wasn't revealed what was cut, added or changed during reshoots, trailers for the film show several unreleased scenes, including an additional scene with Lisa Trevor in Raccoon City Orphanage where she is moving her arms unnaturally, more daytime shots of Raccoon City, an extended roadblock scene showing citizens being fired upon by Umbrella soldiers, and an additional scene with William Birkin in the lab. Trailers also include cut dialogue from Claire, like her saying they have to expose Umbrella and that it's going down. Behind-the-scenes photos also show Gun Shop Kendo, another location from the original video games not in the final film, and no details are known about any deleted scenes involving the gun shop. Other promotional stills and behind-the-scenes pictures show more deleted scenes, like Ada talking with Wesker inside RPD station before he and others go to the helicopter, and the head of Tyrant in a jar inside Birkin's lab. Music. The film score was composed by Mark Corven. Milan Records and Sony Classical has released the soundtrack. Release. Marketing. Official images of the film were released on August 31, 2021, and were met with a mixed response. A trailer was released on October 7, 2021, and was met with mixed reaction from fans, who praised its faithfulness to the first two games, but criticized its casting and special effects. Prior to the film's release, the characters were criticized by Metro based on the film's trailer, who called them bad cosplay and further said that their acting was too authentic to the games. Summarizing the film's marketing results, Relish Mix said fans of the franchise noticed Milla Jovovich's absence while questioning the logic, the look of the effects, and comparing the film to the game's CGI. Theatrical. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City had its world premiere at the Grand Rex in Paris, France on November 19, 2021, but was theatrically released on November 24, 2021, by Sony Pictures releasing in the United States. It was delayed from its original release dates of September 3 and 9, 2021. The film was a modest financial success. Home media. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City was released on video on demand on December 21, 2021, and was the top-rented film on Vudu during its first weekend. The film was released on DVD, Blu-ray and Ultra HD Blu-ray on February 8, 2022 by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. The film grossed over $3.4 million from North America video sales. Reception. Box office. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City grossed $17 million in the United States and Canada, and $25 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $42 million in the United States and Canada. The film was released alongside House of Gucci and Encanto, and was projected to gross $810 million from 2,803 theaters over its 5-day opening weekend. The film opened nationwide on Wednesday, November 24, 2021, and made $2.5 million on its first day, including $935,000 from Tuesday night previews from a total of 225,000 theater admissions. The film went on to make $8.85 million in its first 5 days, placing 5th. Audiences were 64% male as well as 68% between the ages of 18 and 34. In its second weekend, the film earned $2.69 million. In its third, the film made $1.66 million and finished 6th at the box office. The film was 10th in its fourth weekend, earning $316,480 from 719 theaters. Outside the US and Canada, the film earned $5.1 million from 15 markets in its opening weekend. It made $4.2 million in its second weekend and $2.3 million in its third. In Thailand, the film earned $253,735 from the box office. Japan was the film's highest-grossing foreign market, contributing $5.1 million from the box office. Critical response. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 30% based on 87 reviews, with an average rating of 4.8/10. The site's critical consensus reads, "Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City is an affectionately faithful adaptation that further proves its source material is ill-suited to the big screen." Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 44 out of 100, based on 21 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of C+ on an A and to F scale, while those at PostTrack gave it a 61% positive score, with 48% saying they would definitely recommend it. In a positive review, Johnny Oleksinsky from the New York Post gave 3 out of 4 stars and said the film is empty-headed good fun that's blessedly under 2 hours and has just enough character development to make you kind of care when someone gets bitten. Ferdisa Abdi from Screen Rant called it a fun and faithful adaptation of the games, but felt it was lacking in character substance. Sean Kane from CNET praised the film, despite the lack of scares, minor tweaks to the game's lore and overall silliness. Director Johannes Roberts' love for Resident Evil is clear in every moment of Welcome to Raccoon City. With a barrage of Easter eggs and fascinating takes on classic characters, the film's a gleeful trip back to the Spencer Mansion and Raccoon Police Department aimed squarely at fans. Taylor Lyles of IGN gave the film a 6/10 score, explaining, "Director Mr. Roberts does deserve some credit for sticking much more closely to the source material than the Paul W. S. Anderson films, but a short runtime, a rushed third act, and lack of elements to make it truly scary to watch in the dark hold it back immensely. Nevertheless, it should serve as decent fun for fans." In a mixed review, Mark Hansen from Slant wrote, "Roberts clearly establishes the hauntingly depressed industrial environment of Raccoon City while methodically spacing out his zombie attacks, which, while not especially innovative, at times put a pit in your stomach like the Resident Evil games do." Charles Bramesco from the AV Club gave a C and called it totally bereft of the visual distinction or creative personality that often made its predecessors intriguing diamonds in the rough. Nick Shaker from Variety criticized the bevy of unexplained details, dropped subplots, paper-thin characterizations, and fright-free mayhem. Kimberly Myers from the Los Angeles Times also gave a negative review, noting the film may reward longtime fans of the video games by returning to the series' origins, but others will find themselves wanting to leave town, much like the movie's characters.